Look at that. A beautiful spinach and feta cheese and leek filling with fresh dill. Welcome to Manu's Kitchen. We've made Spanakopita before, but today we're gonna do a little twist on it and make it into a different shape, a little bit more conducive for appetizers and less work for you. So we're gonna get right to it. I got a pan heating up here on medium heat, and I'm going to saute my spinach and leeks. You know, the leek we cut in half and see that sand in there. So we're gonna rinse this out with cold water right away. We wanna cut these fairly small because we're making a spinach pie, and we don't want big hunks of vegetables in this. Notice how I'm letting the knife do the work, okay? I'm rolling the knife away from my fingers. Fingers are holding the food. Once I get down to close to my fingers, I just stop and I move my fingers again. You know, you do thousands of onions, you'll be quicker at this. But it isn't a race to go cut yourself and send yourself to the emergency room, so take your time. This is a great appetizer for any occasion. This filling is used for many different things: omelets, crepes, Spanakopita. Looks like this pan is smoking hot a little bit, so we're gonna get about 2 ounces of butter here. To this we're gonna add a touch of white pepper, clove of garlic. Now, you know, I peeled these garlic cloves from the farm, but you wanna cut off that root end, which I've done here. And you kind of smash the garlic at first. Make sure you're holding the knife firmly with your right hand while you're doing that. And you don't want a lot of garlic, you just want a little bit for essence, okay? You don't want to overpower this spinach pie. So we got white pepper, a little bit of butter. You could use olive oil if you wanted. Okay, those leeks are soft. Now I've got 2 bunches of fresh spinach that I've washed. Add a little bit of water that was left when I washed them. I'm gonna wilt that down. You know, there's some Greek recipes where people don't cook the spinach, they just use salt to wilt the spinach. I don't like that method. You get a little bit too salty, you know, and you mix the spinach around and it wilts in no time. I mean, less than a minute. You know, and you don't need a lot of oil because we're gonna be straining this out, so it would just be a waste. You need enough in there to get those leeks sauteing. You know, if you don't have leeks, you could use green onions, you could use regular Spanish onions, you know, a Vidalia sweet onion would be good. Okay, so you see what we got here. Spinach is wilted down. You know, we've got a nice amount of leek in there. I used 1 leek and 2 bunches of spinach. Spanakopita is one of those iconic Greek dishes. It's made with phyllo and butter, spinach, usually some sort of Greek cheese, feta, goat cheese. My mother used to put cream cheese in hers, but I like the idea of a creamy cheese in there, but I didn't like the idea of a plain creamy cheese, so that's why I use a goat cheese. It's still really hot. I'm pressing it down with a clean kitchen towel or a paper towel you could use, okay? And you see how it's dry. Now we're gonna put this into our frozen casserole dish. I had this casserole dish in the freezer, and we're gonna cool off our spinach right away so we can use it right away. Do kind of a crisscross with your knife. You want to give this spinach a little bit of a cut because you don't want it to be stringy. You don't want it to pull out of the phyllo. And what's great about Spanakopita is you can make this ahead of time, bake it, and you know, a few hours later you can take it with you to the party. And the spinach mix, you can see, is almost stopped steaming. And like I said, this is something you can do ahead of time. Stick it in the refrigerator and let it cool before you use it. Now we're going to add a couple of eggs. You know, always crack your eggs on the board so the shells, you know, if you cracked them like this, you risk getting shell into the mixture. So anytime you crack eggs. Using 4 ounces of a good goat cheese, and I'm using 4 ounces my French feta. Now, when I'm making a sheet pan of Spanakopita, I don't add the cheese now because I like to sprinkle it on top, and I like cheese in every bite. But for this application, we are mixing ahead of time. There's no salt in here. The cheese brings a lot of saltiness to the mix. So what I usually do is I'll stick my finger in here. I'll taste it. It's a little bit flat. So I'm gonna hit it with just a touch of kosher salt, 1/4 teaspoon or so. Just, you know, don't want to do too much. And that's our mix. That's going to make us 4 Spanakopita wheels. Oh, I add the fresh dill now. And I like to use, on this recipe, at least 2 tablespoons. you know, and you do kind of a medium chop. This is always what made my mother's Spanakopita authentic and special, was that fresh dill in there. Just adds another wonderful layer of flavor. And you can see how this filling is thickened up because that pan was frozen. All right, we got our phyllo. Comes in these 1 pound packs. It's usually folded in half. Get it out like this, and we start. We're gonna use 2 layers of phyllo for this. Any more than that, and the crust will be too thick because we're gonna roll it up. So we always start out with sprinkling the butter on, and then lightly with your brush, just drag the brush over. You don't need to push down on it, and then we'll bring another sheet of phyllo in, and we butter this layer as well because we're going to roll this up, and we want butter between each layer of phyllo to give us that flakiness. So it needs to be buttery. Okay, so we lightly paint that second sheet, then we take 1/4 of our filling, and we draw it down like so. And we take, spread that. We roll. We roll. And you know, every time I roll, I'm adding 2 layers. So by the time I get to the end of this roll, and I'm about 12. Then we take this, and we pinwheel it, like so. And when we get to the end, we fold that phyllo and set that right on top like this. So we get that on our pan. And then we butter the top well. Okay? So we're going to do that again. And then I'm going to show you another shape, which we Spanakopita. They're like tiropitas, where we roll them in triangles. So, but these pinwheels are really great. Saves you from having to cut it. You know, you could slice these in half when they're done, or they can be served as a base for a vegetarian dish. But it just really gives you crispy phyllo when you do it this way, which is just half of the beauty of Spanakopita. It's crispy, it's buttery, it's cheesy, and it's got the spinach and leek and dill in here, and a little bit of that egg helps with that filling setting. So as we roll, we're rolling right on top of butter. We don't do it really pencil tight. Just loosely roll it up, and then we start with the pinwheel from the top, work our way down. You know, you have a little filling come out here at the end, that's fine. And this is what I was talking about with chopping the spinach up. You know, you have a big piece like that come out on you. You really don't want that. We fold that underneath. Butter the top. Anytime you're making anything with baklava, you always finish it with butter on the top. What's really cool for an individual Spanakopita, and which we made on Thanksgivings at home, or we would make kalitsunya, which is that's another recipe that I am going to share with you. But that's a family, you know, recipe that we've had in our family for years that my yaya used to make, and it's a really tender crust. It's like a little spinach pie and you pan fry it in oil, and it gets a nice brown tender crust. It's like it is a spinach pie, and that was my dad's, always his request on Thanksgiving. Okay, so now instead of we're gonna do 3 even strips as best as you can eyeball it, okay? And you take the filling, you put a good tablespoon or 2 there. And then, like we used to make paper footballs in school, if you go a triangle, you make sure that, you know, you're straight every time you make a fold. You make sure that it's straight, so you get yourself a nice perfect triangle. You fold that on top of each other, and when you get to the last part there, so again, we fold. You know, it's a little bit soft right now, but as you go and the phyllo gets thicker, it gets a little bit more stable and easy to do. These take about 40 minutes at a 365 degree oven. You know, don't want to bake them too fast. And again, we butter these liberally. We want to make sure there's all that dry phyllo is going to suck up that butter and make this buttery and crispy and rich. Okay, now, if you want, you can sprinkle some sesame seeds. Okay, 365, 40 minutes, 45 minutes. So our spanas are out of the oven. They've been in the oven for 40 minutes at 365. Look how beautifully golden they are in that. Do you hear how crunchy that is? And then, look at that. It's just another way to do a Spanakopita. Not too much phyllo, a beautiful spinach and feta cheese and leek filling with fresh dill.